Dr. Loomis, thank God you're here.
This is Sunsparks.
My
thoughts in my head.
Check, checkaroo. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? I think I'm coming in loud and clear. All right. Who do we got here? Let me make this chat big so I can see y'all. Good deal. Y'all can hear me. All right, let's see. Let's see. Effects filter. Let's do a color key. Oh, no, it's smoothness. Smoothness and similarity. Let's see what this does. Oh, boy. This is like 90s music video. This is Sega CD right here. You still don't own a Sega CD? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? Oh, man. This is funny. All right. Okay. Canadian Crip, what's going on, my dude? Hey, Christian, how's it going, brother? Hey, it's going good. Just hanging out for a little while. Going to be watching The Last American Virgin tonight. Can't wait to watch that. Just going to hang out beforehand. Thanks, Mike. I'm so glad somebody else knows Julian Cope. He's my favorite artist in the world. St. Julian is my favorite album ever, but I love that song. I'm so glad somebody knows it. Somebody knows Sunspots. DMB Shooter, what's going on? Late Horror Show. Thank you, Dino. Yeah, new horror room, new camera angles, all that good stuff. Sean Maria, hey Christian, give me a shout out. What's up, Sean? There's your shout out. Brad, what's going on? Owen, what's going on? My dog's name is Owen. Trevor, Jonathan, Sean, Count Von Strange, Dylan. Yeah, Aiden, what's going on, guys? So I thought we would just hang out for a little while. We could talk about whatever. I just finished watching a really cool movie for the first time in a really long time, and this is one of those movies that like scared me as a kid. And as an adult, it was just really nostalgic, and I liked it. And you could probably tell by the thumbnail and all. But I just watched Strangeland for the first time in years, and I really like this movie. I'm a huge D. Snyder fan, huge D. Snyder fan, and I love this film. This is like one of those, movies that's just like a lot of style, right? It's not really like a deep substance type of movie, but it's like a lot of style and flash and awesome rock and roll. I mean, there's all kinds of great rock in there, and again, I'm a D. Snyder fan. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take. That's actually my least favorite album from them, but regardless, so I watched this. I was going to review it, but I may as well just talk about it now. And I'm going to answer you guys' questions. I see ya. So, again, I love this movie, Strangeland. D. Snyder plays, and I'll be spoiler-free in case anybody hasn't seen it. D. Snyder is basically like, serial killer isn't the word. He holds people hostage and stuff, and, He holds people hostage and bondages them and does all kinds of insane piercings to them. Like, there's this one scene where a guy has, like, hooks, like 50 between 50 and 100 hooks on his back, and he's floating off the ground with hooks all throughout his back, and, other people are bondaged and put in cages, and, He gets caught and all that. It's a fun movie. Like I said, it's a lot of style. It's not a deep movie, but I love it. I love it. 1999? 1998. 1998, 1999. Those, like the very end of the 90s had some insanely fun movies. Not even just horror. Jonathan asked my thoughts on Nightbreed. I like Nightbreed. I like Nightbreed. I like what was I going to say? I like the theatrical cut. I always felt that the director's cut was just a little too long. That's one of the few times. Actually, no. Quite frankly, a lot of times I prefer the I can't talk. Theatrical cut. But yeah, I just want to talk 90s horror because I think that it's actually got a lot of awesome stuff in there. So, like I said, I just love this movie. It's more style than it is substance, but I think that's fine because it's a heavy metal movie. So, Strangeland, if you haven't seen Strangeland, please give that a shot. Do I have a favorite disturbing horror movie? I don't know. I like a lot of disturbing horror films. I just like a lot of them. I don't know if I have a favorite. I'll think about it. Don't Sleep on Death Sentence, CHH. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, I'll check that out. Death Sentence. Trevor says Halloween 3 or Friday 5. Both oddballs. Love them both. Thoughts on People Under the Stairs? Yeah, it's a good Wes Craven film. I like it. I like that it's funny because I like, horror comedies. So, People Under the Stairs is good. I keep telling people stop sleeping on Serpent in the Rainbow. People Under the Stairs seems to get brought up more than Serpent in the Rainbow, and maybe because People has more fans. That could be true, but I think Serpent is awesome, and it somehow takes a back seat when, in my opinion, it should be in front of People Under the Stairs, big time. I think it should be in front of that movie. Owen got the new Blu-ray of Climax and 4K of Old Boy. Waiting on the Demons 4K. Very nice. Yeah, Canadian Crip, give that a shot. I love Strangeland. Dylan's got to get a copy of it. Can't find my copy. I know. We need a Blu-ray. We need a Blu-ray of that movie. I want to rock. Da, 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 da. I want to rock. Ba, 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 ba. I could jam Twisted Sister all day long. Sean says The Shivers. Thoughts on The Frighteners? Oh, The Frighteners is great. The Frighteners is awesome. That's a great horror comedy. Oh, you really can't call it a horror movie. It's not scary. I mean, it's a Robert Zemeckis film. I love The Frighteners. That's my favorite film of that year over Scream. I really love The Frighteners. Robert Englund is in that movie, Robert Long. That's right. He's a drunkard. Christian covered Dramarama's Anything from Elm Street 4. I actually just did Love Kills, which I did on my Patreon. So if you guys aren't signed up for the Patreon, $1 a month, you can hear all those songs you hear that you heard in the beginning of the video. That's me. I cover songs that I like, and I'll cover songs from horror movies. But if you're on Patreon, you get to hear songs that'll never be on the live streams. I'll only pick certain songs for the live streams. If you're on Patreon, you get to hear every cover, and I do a lot. I mean, you could ask my patrons, if anybody in here that is a patron, they'll tell you on a weekly basis multiple songs. On a weekly basis. So you get your money's worth. Oh, Jay Stingray said he loves 90s horror. I know Jay has talked about 90s horror. We both feel the same. I don't think it was a dead decade. Maybe not cinematically, theatrically, it wasn't very hardy, but the video stores, I mean, I was young, but I was around. The video stores certainly were getting flocked with horror movies. I do want to see the uncut Event Horizon 2, Jay. I'm waiting on that. That should be coming from Scream soon. It was supposed to come out last year. But it's finally coming. Do I own any Unearthed releases? I don't think so. Twice Dead's coming, Robert Long. I haven't gotten it in the mail yet, but I'm going to watch it. Kevin's getting Strangeland. Thank you, Kevin. Please get Strangeland. I want to rock. Da, 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 da. Every time somebody buys Strangeland, they tell me they're buying Strangeland, I'm just going to bust out to I want to rock. Have you seen the Human Centipede movies? I love the Human Centipede movies. The first one, I think, is a really good movie. Just period. I really do. What's up, Phil's Creepy Vids? Serpent is my favorite. That movie is nuts. Love Pullman. People under the stairs scared my grandmother. I kid you not. That's funny. Thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer? I've said it once. I'll say it again. I'll take I Know What You Did over Scream. I love I Know What You Did Last Summer. I love its style. It's very much thematic with its, the water vibes and the ocean vibes. I love it. Love it. I have no idea what the new announcements are going to be, Owen. It's your buddy Phil here. Frighteners is fantastic with Jeffrey Combs. Plays such a great character. He always plays a great character in everything. What do you think the new Arrow announcements on Friday will be? Nothing special, probably. Backroom Horror. Dad still will not make those potatoes. That's funny. Are you afraid of Toby Hooper's The Mangler? I thought it was okay. Aiden. I watched it. I did watch it. If I'm not really enthusiastic about a film, I won't review it. That's not to say that it means I don't like it. Some movies, I get asked this, or I get accused of liking everything. That's not true. It's not true at all. I've been accused that I seem to never dislike movies. That's really not even close to the truth about me. Sure, there are movies I don't like. There's a ton of movies I don't like. And sometimes I'm really critical of movies, but I don't like to be like that on here. For instance, I saw Saint Maud. I thought it was good. Certainly isn't my favorite A24 film. So because of that, I'm not inspired to review it because I just want to bring positivity on here. See Saint Maud, absolutely. Go see it. It's a good movie. It's just not my favorite A24 film. And I'm overcritical of it because, like, with A24, I selfishly expect the world. And Hereditary has just seemed like it's ruined everything for me because Hereditary is so good. I'm waiting for something to be that good, and I'm setting myself up for failure because of that. So yeah, I just thought I would share that. But if I don't like a movie, I'm not going to talk about it on here. If you ask me here if I dislike a movie, I will tell you if I dislike it. I just don't like to crap on movies on here. I think it's counterproductive for me. My personal opinion. Thoughts on Thinner? I love Thinner. Oh, Jason says, hey, Christian, love your content, love your recommends. You got me to buy Demons and Demons 2, and I fell in love with them both. Looking forward to your Dracula 79 review. Crap, I got to review Dracula 79. Love it. It's my favorite Dracula film. Captain Howdy, Robert Long's seen Strangeland. Thoughts on Thinner? Ask Jonathan. Thinner is good. I like Thinner. Was that a TV movie or was that theatrical? I can't remember. Obviously, I was pretty young. I like Thinner, though. I think Thinner is a good movie. Are you more excited for Candyman or Halloween Kills? I guess Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills, because I don't have much faith in Candyman. Christian, Black Sabbath self-title or Candlemas's Epicus Dumicus Metallicus? Black Sabbath self-title. Self-title. What's up, Dave? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Thinner was great. Hey, can you do another retro game tour? Well, the room right now is filled with horror junk. All the stuff that didn't make the horror room in here is now in there. Everything is now in there. Old-fashioned urban legend is better than both I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream combined. I can respect that. I know urban legend. Hey, it's got Robert Englund in it, so I'm not going to hate on it too much. I like urban legend. Strangeland is at Target online for $6.99. Strangeland, baby. Strangeland. I want to rock that. Anytime I see somebody say Strangeland, I want to rock, da 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 da. Boom! I want to rock. Now I gotta go listen to some Twisted Sister after this. So anytime I see Strangeland brought up, I'm gonna sing another Twisted Sister song. I need to see Turbo Kid. Seriously, you won't regret it. I'll watch Turbo Kid. Color Out of Space, says Stephen Luther. And guys, since we're on the subject of 90s horror, bring up a 90s horror film. And like I said, if you want to know if I dislike a movie, I'll tell you that I dislike it here. Color Out of Space, I loved it. I love this Nick Cage horror run he's on. It's money. It's cash money to me. I can't wait for that Five Nights at Freddy's movie he's doing. I know it's not called that, but you guys know what I mean because I can't remember the name of it. I cannot remember the name of it. I hope Scream will do a Nightmare on Elm Street box set. You and me both, Sean. You and me both. You review only the stuff you like. I'm the same way. I don't like to talk down to stuff because there might be someone out there who adores it. And I'm not against a person viewing movies full-fledged. And trashing. Oh, okay, I see ya. We have to watch Black Roses ASAP. Yes, Dave. I've held off on Black. No, I watched Black Roses. I loved it, but we need to watch that together. You're right. Who else? Oh, Drew's here. What up? What's up, man? What's your favorite genre other than horror? It's a tie between action and comedy. Probably action. You know, I've really been on a big action kick. I've watched some classics that I've missed. I always watch my Stallone movies. You know, Schwarzenegger films, Van Damme films. You name it. I love it all. Twisted Sister, The Price, that's a good one. Cemetery Man, Peter Bell, that's a great one. Cemetery Man is Cash Money. Obviously, you guys know what one of my biggest 90s recommends is, and without question, one of my biggest 90s recommends is Rumpelstiltskin, because it's I'm serious, it's better than Leprechaun, and the guy who made Leprechaun made Rumpelstiltskin, so that's why I'm comparing them. Rumpelstiltskin is my number one needs a Blu-ray movie ever. And when I tell people to see this movie, I can see the reactions. I can't see you, but I can see the reactions like, oh yeah, that sounds kind of cool. No. It's really good. It's really good. Jacko is good. Jacko, I rented that from Blockbuster. The artwork on the cover was what I used to stare at it as a kid. I used to stare at Jacko at the rental store or Blockbuster. We had a mom and pop video store. That was where the first time I saw Hellraiser was a mom and pop video store. Loved it. Dario Argento's Trauma. I like Trauma. It's not my favorite Dario. I've seen Opera now. That was one I had missed. I liked Opera. Phenomena is still probably one of my favorites. I love Phenomena. Willy's Wonderland. The Faculty or Urban Legend? Faculty. I love The Faculty. Saw Dee Snider cover Closer by Nine Inch Nails at Riot Fest. A year later, saw Nine Inch Nails play Closer at Riot Fest. Preferred Nine Inch Nails. You're wrong. I'm just kidding. Nine Inch Nails is great. Leprechaun 3, when he is in Las Vegas, is one of my favorites from the 90s besides Child's Play 2. Leprechaun 3 is awesome. Leprechaun 3 is so awesome. It's so funny. You know, John Carpenter's Body Bags. That one part about the gas station killer was kind of like that movie, 1983, Nightmares as the Killer on the Loose. Yeah, I watched Nightmares after seeing Body Bags, and I put those two together. Although Nightmares had a scarier story with, you know, she's trying to get the cigarettes and stuff late at night, and the radio station saying, "Stay inside, there's a killer." You know, there's a killer on the loose. You know, that was scarier. I like Nightmares. You know, what is it about, you know, for me, it seems like a lot of anthology horror films, the opener is always like the banger. Not always, but a lot of times it's a banger. Hold on, somebody asked me something about vampires. Thoughts on John Carpenter? Okay, what up? Cube, Bad Moon, The Dentist, Demon Knight. I'll rate all of those for you right now, Jay. Cube is a strong 7 out of 10. Upon rewatching Cube, which was free on YouTube right now, by the way, great little suspenseful movie. Bad Moon, I give it a same 7 out of 10. The Dentist is a 10 out of 10. You already know, Jay. Demon Knight is an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Thoughts on John Carpenter's Vampires? One of my favorites from the 90s from John. I'm a James Woods mark. I love James Woods. He's one of those actors like Kurt Russell. When I see him in the movie, like I'm just like, I feel good. Like there's something, they got that X factor that I like, and I really just enjoy them on screen. That's why I like Casino so much, because James Woods is in it. Subspecies, 1991. Please, you know I love Subspecies, Dino. You know I do. Bad Moon is such a fun werewolf movie. Thank God Scream Factory put out the director's cut. I love it. I saw Bad Moon for the first time a year or so ago when I got that Blu-ray. Just blind bought it, and I was like, 1996 werewolf movie? This is not going to be great. My jaw was on the floor within the first 10 minutes. I want the original Blob to get a decent Blu-ray. I think it has, Anthony. I'm pretty sure it has had a pretty good one. Did I watch Freaky? Okay, perfect example. You guys ready? Perfect example. Yes, I bought the Blu-ray to Freaky. I'm a big Vince Vaughn fan. I love him. Remember that movie he did with Jennifer Aniston, The Breakup? Love that movie. I think it's one of the funniest comedies. Love it so much. Freaky was the most okayest film I've ever seen in my life. It was all right. I think my wife liked it a little bit more than me. The opening had some really great gore. Then after that, it was just really not a horror movie. Not that I really expected it to be. It was a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Was what it was. I just rewatched Out for Justice with Seagal the other night. Dude, those are money. Steve Seagal is a weird dude. You like Dario? That's fair. Brain Scan, absolutely unappreciated 90s. Money. Brain Scan is money. Okay, Jay says Ice Cream Man and Pumpkinhead 2. Ice Cream Man is an 11 out of 10, and Pumpkinhead 2, I'll give that an 8 out of 10 because I love the first one, and I love that the second one is just cheesy as hell. So, you get both. I can get the serious, awesome movie with the first one with Lance Hendrickson, and I can get the fun, silly one. So I dig them both. And I think the dad from Hellraiser, if memory serves, was in Pumpkinhead too. So that's funny. Watching Phenomena right now, money. Yeah, the original Blob. I was going to say, I thought it had a good Blu-ray. I don't think you can get much better than Criterion. Any fans of Two Evil Eyes? Yeah, Two Evil Eyes is awesome. I saw that for the first time when I got that Blue Underground. Did I pick up Twice Dead and Terror Within double feature? I just got Twice Dead. Terror Within, I didn't pick it up. Nothing against it. I haven't seen them. I've watched enough Roger Corman to know that I'm not going to like everything that much. I haven't really fallen in love with a whole lot from him besides Piranha, which I think is an awesome movie, especially because it's directed by Joe Dante. But Twice Dead, I watched Piz's review and I watched the trailer, and it looks like a fun movie, and I love the premise. So, yeah, I'm down with that. Spawn of Voorhees, how's it going, CHH? Big fan of the channel. Thank you. Drew says Two Evil Eyes is dope. Watch the movie Luther the Geek. I like Luther the Geek. Somebody was telling me to watch that. I finally watched it. Okay, great question. Lake Placid, 10 out of 10. I love Lake Placid. I love Lake Placid so much. That's one of my favorite 90s movies ever. That's a Steve Miner film, too. Vampire and Two Evil Eyes, some of my favorite vampires. I feel I don't get the love it deserves. Yeah. Skulls with Paul Walker. I haven't seen Skulls. You got me on that one. Army of Darkness or Candyman? One must go Candyman. I love Candyman, but if you know me, you know how important Army of Darkness is to me. James Woods is having a time of his life playing Jack Crow. Agreed. Twisted Sister's best song from 1987 called Hot Love. You're making me crazy. Hot Love. That's really a solo album. Can't forget about Dr. Giggles. Dr. Giggles is money, but after rewatching Giggles and the Dentist, I'm going The Dentist. I really am. Thoughts on the Night of the Demons remake? Money. I think it's cash money. I love the Night of the... I saw the remake before I saw the original because I rented it from Blockbuster. I used to rent everything from Blockbuster in high school. Bad Moon is the greatest ever. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm glad you liked that one. Christian, have you seen Richard Stanley's Dust Devil? Have not. Sounds great, though. Return of the Living Dead, Three Rocks. Great tragic love story. What are your thoughts on Arachnophobia? Arachnophobia is amazing. I need that movie on Blu-ray, but for some reason it seems like it's not that easy to get at the moment. I need Arachnophobia on Blu-ray. Anything that has John Goodman is certified cash money. Where were we? Oh, Steven did not like Freaky himself. Like I said, I'm not going to review it. I thought it was fair. I thought it was okay, but I wasn't that crazy about it. This may stoop you, but Night of the Dribbler, you got me. Not released till 2009. Wow. I was watching the Scream Factory behind the scenes. James Woods said he would come back to play Jack Crow anytime. Really wish he would do a sequel with him. Still never watched Tommy Wallace's. Yeah, I never saw the sequel either. Thoughts on Tales from the Hood? Better than both Tales from the Hood is better than both Tales from the Crypt movies, in my opinion. Tales from the Hood is perfect. Vince Vaughn, Clay Pigeons was a good movie. Jillian, what's go? I think this is the first time you've ever actually been here live, Jill. How you doing? The sequel to Vampires is fun, but gotta be honest, I love how Tommy Lee Wallace came back to the horror genre and made a fun little sequel. It's cool with me. Have I seen The Caller, Shane? I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar. What's your favorite Scream Factory release? Return of the Living Dead, because they actually gave it a really amazing release. I love Class of 1984 too, because that was my first time watching it was that Scream Factory Blu-ray, and it was one of the best movies I've ever watched. So Class of 1984, because I actually got to experience that film for the first time on that Blu-ray. So it's special to me. Plus, it's got Alice Cooper from the Blackout era. Stallone had a great movie called I See You that kind of plays out as a slasher. I love I See You. I have a DVD copy of it, Lopke Vision Films, that actually has like the alternate name for the movie on there, like X-Ray or something. Any fans of George Romero's The Dark Half? I think it's all right. I think it's okay. Lake Placid is a blast. You dang right it is. Big fan of Tommy, especially his Fright Night 2 and Halloween 3. I'll have to check it out. Have you seen The Cell with Jennifer Lopez? I have seen The Cell. My mom loves that movie. The Skulls was awesome. Night of the Demons remake is the tits. That's right. It really is good. Exorcist 3 or Silence of the Lambs, one must go. Oh my God, that's actually extremely tough. That's actually really tough because I love both of those movies. And I think anybody that can just pick one is a madman. I can't pick. I'm sorry. I can't do it. You know, I don't think Silence of the Lambs is overrated at all. You know, it's brought up all the time, and you see this and that. I really think it's that good. I mean, I really think it's that good. But so is Exorcist 3. I feel like Exorcist 3 had more going against it. But that doesn't mean that Silence of the Lambs is not a masterpiece, too. I'm not picking. I'm not picking. Unpopular opinion, Halloween 3 and Fright Night 2 are both sequels I prefer over the originals. I can definitely agree with both of them. I don't think that's too unpopular. I think a lot of people actually like Fright Night 2. I will check out Dust Devil, Swazferatu. Chud is Gangsta. The end credits to Twice Dead is great. Well, I'm excited to see it. House 3, The Horror Show or Shocker? Horror Show. Shocker's a good movie. I think it's too long. It's for a slasher film, it's too long. That movie is like an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 45 minutes. That's way too long for a slasher film. Sorry, but the soundtrack's amazing. Amazing. Tales from the Hood is also better than the Creepshow movies. This may surprise you, but I'm going to agree with you. I think Tales from the Hood is, I would say it's as good as the Creepshow movies, but because it has Corbin Burnson in it, it tops it. Because Corbin Burnson is my hero. So I'm actually going to agree with you on that. I bet you're surprised. What's up, Austin? Do I like Predator 2? I think Predator 2 is awesome. I think it's actually a horror movie, a real horror movie, more so than the first one. Exorcist is scarier, but Silence of the Lambs is a superior film. I would agree with that because Exorcist 3 actually still really creeps me out, but now when I watch Silence of the Lambs, I just think it's so beautiful. I really think that Silence is just like really this. It really is a live painting, a gorgeous Picasso live painting. It's just like you're in awe of it, and you can't stop looking at it. So I would agree with that. I just got all 3 Basket Case films on Blu-ray. Yeah, I got those too. I got the Arrow and I got the 2 Synapse. You watch them every year? That's fine. Favorite Arrow release? That's a great question. Favorite Arrow release has to be RoboCop, because that's top 10 favorite movies of all time for me. RoboCop is top 10 of all time to me in my horror movies. RoboCop is one of the most amazing films because you cannot mistake it for anything else. Anything else. RoboCop is amazing. You got The Dark Half on Blu-ray. Thoughts on Idle Hands? Idle Hands was probably one of the best Scream Factory pickups in the last couple of years. Idle Hands was so funny. Seth Green is absolutely hysterical in that movie. Idle Hands is perfect. If you guys don't have Idle Hands, you need to get it. I mean, it's actually it's like the 90s. It's like a real 90s horror, actual horror comedy, and it's funny. It is hilarious. I've watched Idle Hands maybe 5 or 6 times since I've gotten that Blu-ray, and I think it's been a year, so that's actually quite a number of times to watch that movie. It is so funny. I love it. Jill, another 90s gem. When a Stranger Calls Back, genuinely terrifying. You should review it, see. I don't think I've seen it. I'll have to pick that up. When a Stranger Calls Back. No. It's kind of blurry, but I'll take your word for it. I'll watch it again. I don't know if I own it. Robert Long, class of 1990, a real sequel to class of 94. You mean 99? Not really. No, I don't think so. What's up, John? Side Z, Silence of the Lambs is better as a thriller. It's still a horror movie, though. You feel me on that? Why do people say Silence is not a horror movie? If the movie scares you, is that not a horror movie? Since when did psychological thriller not become horror? I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just saying. It's not a horror movie. It's a psychological thriller. He's not a murderer. He's just really, I'm just kidding, guys. Clarice is pretty lackluster, or at least the first episode was. I haven't watched it, Brock. Yeah, Drew, I know you liked Fright Night 2 more. Exorcist 3 is better as a horror flick. Yeah, I can see that. Which of these is the winner? Blair Witch Project or Sixth Sense? Blair Witch. Every day Blair Witch. Horror Gal. What's up, Susan? Hi, Christian. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, Susan, we're talking 90s horror. Just what's your favorite 90s horror film? Again, Strangeland. There it is, baby. If y'all haven't picked this up yet or seen it, don't sleep on it. Talking about some hot love. You're making me crazy. The song's been stuck in my head because of Vanderhoff. Yeah, I can't get out of my head. Have you seen Hobo with a Shotgun? What genre would you say it falls under? I'd call it... that's one of those movies where I just think you put it under the horror umbrella because so many horror fans love that movie. Like, that's where the movie found its home, I think, is with horror fans. So I would just call Hobo with a Shotgun a horror film. That's one of the most amazing films I ever watched. And I put off watching that for a long time. And when I finally watched it, I literally wanted to slap myself because it feels like a cousin to Street Trash. You know what I mean? What about House 3 to Horror Show versus Shocker? Yeah, somebody asked that, Robert, a little while ago. Horror Show all day long. Shocker's got the way superior soundtrack, but it's 20 minutes too long. There's no reason a slasher film should be an hour and 40-something minutes. That's just way too long. When am I going to bite the bullet and review Zombie Lake? I'll review Zombie Lake right now. It's awesome. No, I'm not. I'm not going to review Zombie Lake, but it has Canadian Crypt. You can agree with me that it has an amazing poster. Thoughts on Sleepwalkers? I love it. I think it's a fun, silly film that's nothing more than what you see it as, and to me, that's fine. I really enjoy. I think it's really enjoyable. And it's a Mick Garris film. I love Mick Garris. I just like that guy a lot. What do you think of both versions of Exorcist 4? I don't remember what that one is. I've seen those sequels, but man, it's been a while. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is awesome. I love it more now than I used to. I love it a lot more now than I used to. Rank these movies. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm skipping people. Any fans of wait up. Favorite horror actor documentary for me got to be Kane Hodder to Hell and Back. That's a great one. Just a single actor. I don't know. I'd have to think about which ones there are. Nothing's coming to my mind. Rank these movies: RoboCop, Starship Troopers, and Total Recall. I would rank them exactly the order you put them. RoboCop is number 1. Starship Troopers blew me away. I know myself that I haven't seen it. I think Man's Best Friend. And I love the fact that Lance Hendrickson admitted he did that film to pay for a divorce. I think that's hilarious. If you haven't seen Man's Best Friend, it's a 1993 horror film about a robot dog. Awesome. Awesome movie. Great 90s, bad, entertaining horror. I love Man's Best Friend. I got that on DVD. Quite frankly, I think it's the only way you can get it. Freaking Silence of the Lambs is definitely a horror movie. You see, Susan, I made a post one day talking about Silence, and I was getting it's not a horror movie, it's a psychological thriller. Is that not, if it scares you, if it's a movie about murder and this, I'm over it. I'm over it. Dealing with these people. Are you a fan of Meet the Applegates movie? I don't know, but I love Christina Applegate. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. I love that movie. I love the George Romero cameo in Silence of the Lambs. He's in Silence of the Lambs? I've never noticed. Now I've got to look into that. Any fans of Tommy Lee Wallace's It? Are you kidding me? Everybody here is probably a fan of that, Aiden. Thoughts on The Relic? Relic's pretty cool. I like The Relic. I know you're talking about the 1997 one. I like the 2020 one too. But I like the 1997 one a lot. Yeah, Hayden. I mean, Hobo with the Shotgun and Street Trash. I thought I was watching the sibling to it because it was that splatterpunk style. What's the best movie out of the big three? Friday, Nightmare, Halloween from the 90s. I would say that New Nightmare is the most technically well executed film. I would say that Jason Goes to Hell is the most entertaining. And I would say that Halloween, I love it, even though it's far from a perfect film, because it feels so much like the atmosphere of the holiday of Halloween. So I'm three-way tying them, which will probably make everybody here mad, but it is what it is. If you could only keep one thing in your collection, which one would you take? Oh, God. I would probably take that Nightmare Standee or the Chucky. I don't know. But then again, that Big Ben from House, the guy who made that for me passed away. So, like, he's not even alive anymore. You know? What's up, horror nerd? All right. Susan says, although it's not the best 90s horror movie, H2 is still my favorite for sentimental reasons. The actual best would take a lot of thought for me. Which one did you pick, Christian? Oh, the best from the 90s? Oh, God. I never picked one. I really was just talking about Strangeland a lot because I love Dee Snider. If I had to pick, if I had to pick the best from the 90s, Jill, I would probably say, God. Give me a minute. I'll pick one. Let's show some love for Puppet Masters 2 through 5. Oh yeah, I'll love all the Puppet Masters. Excuse me, I love Puppet Masters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I think the fact that Charles Band did everything you're not supposed to do to make good sequels, but still they came out fairly well, and people like them. They have a great cult fan base. Is amazing. Filming them back to back, completely disregarding storylines and continuity. When the fourth one came out, it didn't have 6-shooter or Torch, I believe, and then people were upset. So in the fifth one, he just put them in. Amazing. He didn't care, but people love him. I think that's amazing. The 90s was a fun decade for slashers. The 90s was a fun decade. Yeah, somebody told me to watch The Electrocutioner. I haven't seen that. Misery, Sleepwalkers, and TV It, yeah. White Dog, haven't seen it. Man's Best Friend has a Scream Factory Blu-ray, Austin? Austin, message me right now. Message me right now. Right now. Right now. Right now with it. Right now. I'm not even kidding. I love that movie. What's a horror movie that made me keep the lights on for weeks? I have no problem admitting this. When I watched Paranormal Activity in high school, I didn't sleep for about 3 days. Do you like the movie Monkey Shines? Are you kidding me? I love Monkey Shines. That's one of my favorite George Romero films. It was nothing what I thought it was going to be like based off of the poster art. but lived up to it. Exceeded my expectations. That was a childhood favorite. Begged my grandma to rent that from the mom and pop video store. Begged her, and she was like, "All right, we loved it. I remember her asking the clerk, "Is this okay for him?" Pointing to me, and he's like, "Yeah, it's not like a nudity type of horror movie. It's really just kind of like a kill a monkey." And she's like, "So it's fine?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it's fine for him." Still scared the hell out of me, but I loved it. Love Monkey Shines. Not popular, but I really like Jason Goes to Hell. There's a lot of fans out there. Spawn of Voorhees. Which Spawn of Voorhees has to be the most Jason Goes to Hellish screen name I've ever heard of. Drew says, we love Jason Goes Straight to Hell around here. That's right, the movie's called Jason Goes Straight to Hell. I changed the name. Robert Long, I will watch that movie, but I'm not going to review it. You know what? No, if I love it, I'll review it. If I love it, I'll review it. Thoughts on Lord of Illusions? Amazing film. Slept on big time. Everybody slept on the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I pre-ordered Lord of Illusions because it's a good movie. It got slept on massively. Now everybody's paying a lot of money for it. Jason Goes to Hell. Even if you don't like it, the K&B effects are great. Yeah, agreed. K&B does a great job. Scream Factory release Man's Best Friend on Blu-ray. Oh, I lost it. Where you guys at? Yeah, somebody messaged me. Somebody about that. Have I seen Holliston? Dee Snider's in that. Love Holliston. I love the theme song. I need to cover that. Robert Long, that sounds great. Where are we at? All right. Did you watch the Shining TV miniseries? Oh, boy. Worst casting ever with the kid. Can't forgive that. It's hard to watch the movie. It just really annoys you. Yeah, send me a link to Man's Best Friend. This is ridiculous. I'm still waiting on a link. Let's see. Thoughts on Uncle Sam? Great movie. Love Uncle Sam. That's a movie that I have it on DVD, and like I don't the Blu-ray. Blue Underground did. I'm sure looks even way better and all that. But the nostalgia of my Blockbuster copy of Uncle Sam on DVD, I can't do it. I can't upgrade. I can't bring myself to upgrade. Adam Marcus made a fun Jason film and Texas Chainsaw film. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw 3D. I saw that in the theater in 3D. It was amazing. Have I seen a Serbian film? I love a Serbian film. Yes. I think it's so ridiculous. I think it's hilarious. It's so over the top. It's funny. The messages are coming in. Let's see. I think Susan tweeted me. Susan, if this ain't Man's Best Friend, Susan, I'm going to be upset. Susan, that is not the... You know what Susan, what is up with that? That's not the artwork I want. The one I want is the black one with the dog's face. Let's see if it's on Amazon. Let's see this. Yeah, Susan, I'm going to get it on Amazon. It's $5 cheaper. I love Man's Best Friend. All right, Susan. If I review it, I'll shout you out. Although you don't need it. You're doing pretty good on your end, aren't you? Do you like the Gingerbread Man and Killer Bonk? You mean the Ginger Dead Man, Robert Long? Love the Ginger Dead Man, Gary Busey. Yeah, guys. If you don't know the channel on the stream right now called Hey Isn't That Devon Graham, give that channel a sub. On Fridays, I'm on that channel live streaming it's called the Firefly Family Podcast, and we watch movies and we watch movies on there. So and we do crazy movies because I like controversy. I think we're doing Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer this Friday. So yeah. Thoughts on Dagon? Personally, I did not think it's talked about nearly enough compared to Gordon's other films. Totally respect that Canadian Crip. I was not a massive fan of it. I thought it was good, but I still think like Castle Freak is one of his best efforts from the 90s. I love Castle Freak. Love Castle Freak. That's one that I want to praise. Your thoughts on the Warlock trilogy. Warlock 1, awesome. Warlock 2, good. Warlock 3, okay. Did you see the new Stan miniseries, Kind of Hot Garbage? No, never did. Yeah, thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. But I think somebody just told me, Susan, that the artwork, I can reverse it to the classic VHS artwork. What do you think about the Night of the Demons 80s version? That's a movie, for all intents and purposes, I should be in love with. I don't think it's bad. I don't dislike it. I think it's good, and I never rewatch it. It's just one of those things. I can't really explain it. It seems like it's right up my alley, but just one of those things. What do you think about the Night of the? I'm sorry. What's a horror movie that you will never watch again? Black Christmas 2020. I'm so glad we got love for Man's Best Friend in here. Susan said she had a dog that looked like that. What is that? Susan had a big old Saint Bernard. What was that dog? Yeah, Henry. So we're watching this Friday. Thoughts on Sleepy Hollow? Great movie. I love Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, love Sleepy Hollow. It's probably one of my last favorited. What's that director? You guys know what I'm talking about. One of the last movies from him that I really love, or quite frankly, yeah, really love, because I didn't like his Wonka. Castle Freak. That's right. Castle Freak is money. What is the scariest jump scare loaded movie? I don't know. Paranormal Activity. Again, that movie scared the hell out of me. I don't care. It did. Did you ever watch the 70s movie Devil Dog, Hound from Hell? Sounds like it's up my alley. Devil Dog, isn't that a snack? I agree, Canadian Crypt. I was not massive on the remake. The 95 Castle Freak is one of the best full moon movies, period. Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton are back. The Castle Freak monster is disgusting. That castle is beautiful because it's poorly lit in the movie and it looks freaky, and I love that movie. 95 Castle Freak is awesome. There's a Blu-ray of that, guys, if you don't have it. A Rottweiler Bernese Mountain Dog mix. Susan, what you doing with the dog that big? I bet you could ride that thing. Did you ever play at the Warlock Super Nintendo games and Sega Genesis games? No, I don't have that. But if I see it at the game store, I'll get it. Bad Dreams Visiting Hours is still on Amazon. Love those movies. Bad Dreams had no business being that good. What's up, Jeff Overing? Just saw Return of the Living Dead today and loved it. What do you think about the sequels? Jose, you must be new to the channel, and that's fine if you are. Anybody that knows me knows my favorite movie on the planet is Return of the Living Dead. It's my number one favorite film on the planet, period. Love Part 2. Love the soundtrack so much. Joe Lamont, Anthrax, Leatherwolf, Julian Cope. I found my favorite artist on the planet, Julian Cope, from Return of the Living Dead 2. So, for those reasons, I love Return of the Living Dead 2. And I love Return of the Living Dead 3. We won't talk about the next two. Did you like The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino? Yeah, that's a movie I don't rewatch often. Devil Dog was a TV film. Devil Dog. Does my accent kick in when I say that? Devil Dog. Favorite new slasher film? I love the Hatchet movies. I don't care. I think Adam Green is just having a blast making fun of, almost making fun of the bad acting kind of style you had in slashers back then with ridiculous dialogue and stuff. And, I think the perfect example of how to make a really silly, fun slasher is Hatchet 2. Because Reverend Zombie, Tony Todd in that movie is amazing. Amazing. Thoughts on A Haunting? The 99 Haunting scared me as a kid. I think it's okay now. If memory serves, it's a PG-13 horror film, which isn't a sin. But it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie at all. I think it's actually got a pretty good cast in it. I think Liam Neeson was in it. Bad Dreams had quite a twist. You ain't kidding. That's right. Susan knows I love Return of the Living Dead. Do I have Return of the Living Dead 1 on Laserdisc? Yeah, I've got the Japanese one. I don't have the media one. I don't have the media one. I'm actually getting more excited for Scream 5 because I don't know. I just think it sounds fun. I quite honestly, after watching the latest David Arquette documentary, You Can't Kill David Arquette, which almost brought me to tears, quite frankly, because I've been a fan of David Arquette for a long time. Really was a great documentary. So I'm actually excited. Have I seen Funny Games? That sounds familiar. You got to tell me what that was. Oh, we got Strange Monkey in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Did you ever watch the Friday the 13th series? Yeah, I like season 1. But, none of those shows, unfortunately, just had a whole hell of a lot going on because they had no budget, which is just a shame. Guys, drop a like on the stream if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Have I seen Wishmaster? Love Wishmaster. It's one of the best. It's one of the best. I love it. Fun fact, Toby Hooper was going to make the first. Yeah, he was going to make the first one. And then he made Life Force, which I'm glad things worked out the way it did because I couldn't live in a world without Life Force. One of the greatest canon movies, period. It's insane. Everybody go see Life Force. And then I got my Return of the Living Dead. No, I don't have Cemetery Man on Blu-ray. I've got the Anchor Bay DVD, and I searched so hard to get that DVD. I will never upgrade. I will not upgrade. That's it. Yeah, Susan, Hatchet is fun. I love Hatchet. Have I seen Warlock Moon? No. Christian, you should check out the rare Return of the Living Dead novelization. Yeah, I need to pick that up. I'll check that out, John. Strange Monkey hated Return of the Living Dead when he was a teen. He loves it now. One of the best. Yeah, man, that's one of those things. I've had movies like that, too, where I just didn't like them, and then one day a lot of times if I hate a movie, it's because I watched it once, and I don't watch it for a long time, and I just stew on it. Not always, but a lot of times that'll happen to me, and then I'll watch it again, and I'll kind of like that. It's happened to me a number of times. That's right, Kirk. Your least favorite film from Full Moon Features? That's actually really hard to pick. The problem for me is Charles Band now, it's almost like he's parodying himself, I feel, because it's like he was making some pretty darn good little movies back in the day, and now it's just like he doesn't try anymore. It's more of just like, let's be as ridiculous as possible. Which he's got the market for that tied down. He's got a dedicated fan base, but I wish he would go back to really just making films like he was. Should I watch Mimic or The Stepfather? Yes, and hell yes. Yeah, I'll get the Victor Crowley NECA figure. I love Victor Crowley. I Was a Teenage Zombie. I love it. If you like Adam Green, Dylan, if you haven't seen Frozen, man, that's money. Do you mean 10-10-220, Brock? Or you might have if you're from Canada or something, I don't know what 10-10-321 is. I remember 10-10-220. Yeah, Canadian Crip, it was a great documentary. Do I buy my original posters from a store? No. I had Fright Night Part 2 was given to me. It was an Australian poster. Demonic Toys I got on eBay years ago. And I just wanted the poster. I didn't even realize I was buying an original. Didn't even realize I was buying the original. Life Force is amazing. Yes, I've got Popcorn on Blu-ray. I reviewed it from Synapse. Have I seen the new Wrong Turn film? No, Walmart didn't have it yet, so I gotta wait till they just get it in. I couldn't order online. It wasn't available. What's up, Omega Light 84? Yeah, I like 2 better than 3 for a basket case, Austin. Brain Damage is money, Sean. Money. I didn't like the Castle Freak remake a whole lot. The original was amazing. I love the original. I agree with that, Spawn of Voorhees. I do. Frozen is money. Have you seen Cell with John Cusack and Sam Jackson? Cell is awesome. Cell is awesome. Frankenhooker is my favorite Henenlotter film. Is that Frank Henenlotter? Yeah, that's my favorite one, without hesitation or question. Just the best. Guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up. This has been a blast. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We've gone... How long have we gone? I don't even know. We've gone for a while. So, how much would an original TCM poster cost? Oh, God. I don't even know. In good condition, probably a lot. Hundreds. Yeah, Austin, it's on Shudder. Oh, you got a cameo from Adam Green? That's awesome. All right, last question right here. If you had to pick one horror movie that defined each decade from the 70s to now, what would they be? Wow, here we go. 1970s, I'm going to go with The Omen. 1980s, I'm going to go with... No. 1970s, I'm going to go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No. I want to say Halloween now. 1970s Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 1980s, I'm actually going to go with Friday the 13th for 1980s. And the reason is because, of course, Friday the 13th happened because of Halloween. That's true. But I really think that Friday the 13th is what caused the absolute outpourage of that type of slasher film, the gory type. So I think that the original Friday the 13th really started the trend of that type of slasher. So for the 80s, I'm actually going to pick Friday the 13th. 90s, I'm going to go with Silence of the Lambs because it was like the big psychological type of horror movies. That's what was going on, and it stayed there for a while. Like, for instance, Strangeland. 2000s, I'm going to go with... Wow. 2000s, I'm going to go with... Jesus, this is tough. 2000s, I'll go with The Ring. Because the Japan horror wave of American remakes was big in the 2000s. 2010s, I'm going to go with... Wow, this is tough. 2010s, I'll go with The Conjuring, I guess, because The Conjuring, the universe was created in that decade, and it really became like the main thing for horror. So I'll pick The Conjuring because it really did start a lot. So yeah. So thank you guys. This was fun. When will the next live stream be? I got to make sure not to miss it. Be sure to ding the bell on my channel, guys. Again, if you're a fan of the music you hear in the beginning of the streams, and if you missed it, go back and watch it. In the beginning, all the music you hear is covers that I do. It's covers of songs. For instance, people were asking about what was a song that they recognized. That was Fool Shine On by Brother Kane. Love that song. Love that band. Damon Johnson's awesome. I cover all that, and I put it all on my Patreon. There are so many songs that you won't hear in live streams because I don't post them there. If you sign up for just $1 a month for the Patreon, you get music, and you get a lot. If there's a patron, my patrons will tell you I'm always constantly putting up music and covers, and I'll do John Carpenter stuff. So you don't have to, but I really appreciate those that support me, and I try to supply enough music to make it worth your while, which I think I am. 90s is a fun decade, Jose. You're right. Well, but yeah, ding the bell because I don't know when the next stream will be. I need to start planning these, but I don't have the Alien 3 novel, and Susan says those are good picks. They really carry the vibe of each horror during those decades. Thanks for an awesome live, Christian. Well, I'm glad you can make it, Susan. Good to see you. I love you guys. Y'all have a great, great rest of your night. I'm going to watch The Last American Virgin. Don't sleep on Strangeland. I want to rock. Da, 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 da. I want to rock. See y'all.